Once upon a time, in the snowy, beautiful lands of Norway, there lived an elderly woman. She was a kind soul, but she had a very big problem. She owned a huge flock of ducks, and she needed someone to watch over them. One bright morning, she put on her coat and set off toward the mountains to find a helper. As she was walking along the path, suddenly, out from behind a tree stepped a massive, furry bear. Now, most people would have run away screaming, but not this old woman. She lived in the wild after all. "Hello there," she said calmly. "Hello, Mother," the bear replied with a deep, friendly rumble. "Where are you heading so early in the morning?" "I'm looking for a girl to watch my ducks," she explained. The bear perked up. "Oh, why worry about that? I'm quite bored, actually. I could do it for you. Neighbors should always help one another, right?" The old woman thought for a second. "That is a very kind offer, Mr. Bear, but your voice is so loud and gruff. If you try to call the ducks, they will be so scared they might fly away." "Nonsense," the bear insisted. "Watch this. I can be as sweet as honey." The bear took a deep breath, squeezed his throat, and tried to speak in a high-pitched, tiny voice. "See, my voice is very sweet." The old woman immediately covered her ears. "Oh, heavens, no! That voice is enough to scare an entire army of bulls. A little duck wouldn't stand a chance. No, thank you." And with that, she walked on. A little further up the path, she met a wolf. "Greetings, Mother," the wolf said, his eyes gleaming. "Where are you going?" "I'm looking for a caretaker for my ducks," she replied. The wolf's ears stood straight up. He looked very serious. "I can do it. I am a very fast runner. No duck could ever escape me. Just give me the order and I will show you." The woman looked at him skeptically. "You are fast, it's true, but can you call them gently? Can you call them like I do?" To demonstrate, the wolf threw his head back and let out a howl so loud, so terrifying, and so piercing that the old woman's hair stood on end. "Stop, stop," she cried. "If you call them like that, they will scatter to the ends of the earth. I simply cannot trust you." Finally, she spotted a fox. The fox looked very polite. "Hello, Mother," the fox said with a charming smile. "Can I help you with anything?" Oh, the old woman sighed. She was very tired. "I just want to find someone to watch my ducks. The girl who usually helps me has gone back to her village, and I am exhausted."
"Oh, that sounds easy," the fox said quickly. "I am an expert at guarding ducks. Just take me to them, and you can go home and rest." Now, because the old woman was so tired, she didn't stop to ask any more questions. She didn't check if the fox was actually good at his job. She just thought, "Fine, let's try it." "All right," she said, "but if you don't do a good job, you're fired." They went to the house, and the fox began his work. But the fox had a secret plan. On the very first day, he ate 6 ducks. The next day, he ate 6 more. The old woman didn't notice. You see, she had very poor eyesight, and she wasn't very good at counting. Every day, the fox happily had a delicious duck for breakfast. Eventually, there wasn't a single duck left. When the fox finally approached the lady, she looked around and gasped, "Where are all my ducks?" The fox put on his best innocent face. "Oh, they are down by the pond, Mother. I don't know what happened. They just wouldn't come when I called them today." The old woman frowned. "I had a feeling you weren't the right person. I'll go and get them myself." She set a bowl of delicious, creamy butter on the ground and headed toward the pond. The fox thought, "The ducks are gone, so I should sneak away. But wait, what is that? Butter!" The fox couldn't resist. He began to gobble up the butter greedily. He was halfway through the bowl when,
Crash! The old woman came running back, screaming in anger. She had seen the bones of her ducks scattered by the pond. She knew the truth. In a fit of rage, she grabbed the heavy butter bowl and wham! She threw it right at the fox. The fox turned and bolted. He ran faster than he had ever run before. He scrambled through the bushes, but he wasn't fast enough to miss the splash. A huge glob of white, greasy butter landed right on the tip of his tail. And that, my friends, is why foxes have white tails today. All the descendants of that sneaky fox were born with that same white mark. So, whenever a child in Norway sees a fox with a white-tipped tail, they know exactly who it belongs to. The fox who ate the old woman's ducks.